everybody, it is week 24 of the pregnancy vlog. Pretty cool because we're just coming into week 25 now, so that means there's like 15 weeks to go, which is pretty scary, but also pretty cool. I'm thinking, already I'm gonna miss my bump. And oh, I'm gonna just drop my phone. There we go. Yeah, so I think I will miss it, but obviously I'm very excited to meet my baby. So cute. So this past week, it's been really cold actually. Oh, and we've had snow. We had snow on Friday, which was very exciting. Like the rest of the UK had snow like earlier in the week, and so Wednesday-ish I think, and there was like this satellite map of the UK and everywhere was white except for our area, which was like so annoying because we love snow. So we've had snow, which is cool, although it is starting to melt now. There's not a lot left, so I don't know whether we'll be getting any more or not. I hope we do. I was hoping we'd have more today and then I could have a snow day tomorrow, but it's not looking good. So the roads have been quite bad. I haven't driven over the weekend because I've been a bit nervous, and we have had to go out because if you watch our daily vlogs, it's been the 60th birthday weekend for Aiden's mum, so we've had several events for that, which we've gone out, but I've managed to get lifts from people, and the roads haven't been too bad. There's been a it's more in the estates where it's a bit slippy, but it's been cool. And I've also got I forgot what it's called, clipper safe bump belt, because this was before the snow actually, but now the snow has been here. I'm quite pleased, so I'm going to put that in my car tomorrow. And what it is a little pad that you sit on. You can tie it or clip it around the back of your seat in the car, and then it's got two Velcro straps that go either side of the lap belt bit of your seat belt, and it basically pulls it down more towards your sort of groin, top of your thighs, so that the seat belt doesn't sit on your bump. So then if anything happened, if you had to brake suddenly, or if you heaven forbid had a crash, then that means that all of the pressure doesn't go through your bump. It will go more towards your pelvis, which can take the pressure more than a little baby. So that's cool. I don't think it's entirely necessary, but I think I will feel better having it in the car. And they're like dead simple to use. Like there's a couple of clips on the internet about how to use them, and it just takes like a couple of extra seconds to put your seatbelt on. So that's cool. I don't know whether it'll change as the bump gets bigger, or whether it's more that I'm short. But like you read the guidelines that says to have the lap belt of the seatbelt underneath your bump, but it just doesn't go there on me, especially when you have a coat on as well. And obviously in this weather you can't not have a coat. So like it just sort of sits on front of the bump, whatever you do. And even if you push it down, if you had a crash, it's just going to come up, isn't it, and go across the bump. So I've got one of those, which I shall try out next week. And what else? Oh, and I think I said last week that I'd ordered a pregnancy pillow, which came, and I've been using that this past week rather. And that I think has been better. I need to give it a bit longer to actually give it a better trial. But it's a Dream Genie pillow. There are quite a few different ones out on the market, but they do tend to be really big, like quite bulky. We've only got just like a normal double bed. I think it'd probably be better for some of the others if you had a king size or bigger, because there are some that look like really, really comfy and everything, but then you're not going to fit another person in the bed, so Aidan would have to go elsewhere. But this Dream Genie isn't too bad space-wise, and it has like quite a lot of them actually are like U-shape, so it goes both sides. But this one just has like, it's a long sausage shaped pillow that comes down one side, and then you've got it's got a bit at the top, so you have a bit of padding each side of your shoulders, and then there's a long sausage which goes down. It can because you're supposed to lie on your side during sleep while you're pregnant, so it supports the bump, and then you put the end of the pillow through your thighs, and that aligns your hips better. And because it's got the bit both sides, it like encourages you to stay on your side, so prevents you rolling over onto your back quite as much. However, if you do want to sleep on your back, you can roll onto your back and it's not uncomfortable, but it just sort of keeps you more on your side during sleep, which is good. You can roll over onto the other side as well, and you don't have the sausage then over the bump, but you can then put the pillow bit through the back of your knees, so that still supports your hips, so you can change sides during the night. You don't have to get in and out of bed and move the pillow around. It is really comfortable, so I don't wake up aching and stuff like I did. And I think really I have slept better this past week with it, so I think it is beneficial. I did obviously the main thing that's happened this past week, I had my next midwife appointment, which is was the 25-week appointment. I was about 24 and a half weeks when I saw her, which was on Friday. And I did mention to her about the hip pain that I've been having. She said that it's possible it's just stretching pains from where everything's loosening up. But then she did say that it is possible that it could be SPD, and to basically just keep an eye on it at the moment, because I did say, it's not drastic, but it's uncomfortable, and more so like when I'm asleep I get quite achy. She said what they would do. I see her again in another 4 weeks, so I'll talk to her again about it then. She says if it is still being a problem, she will refer me to physio, and I can go and see someone there, and what they would probably do is put me on like a low safe dose of paracetamol, but a continual dose of it, so that it just keeps it under control. Some people get it so bad like you can't even walk, so obviously it can be quite drastic. I haven't got anything near that, but it is uncomfortable. Some days it's better than others. Like typically the end of this past week it was pretty good, including the day that I went to see the midwife. It's always the way, isn't it? But this weekend it's been quite stiff, quite painful. But generally it's all right. Although today I did have like the first sort of, I wouldn't even call it clicking of the hip, it was more crunching of the hip, which was pretty gross when I was turning over in bed. So I don't know whether that was just, I am quite a clicky person anyway. I think I have like quite mobile joints anyway, so whether that's a contributing factor, I don't know. So that's that. But on a more positive side, the midwife appointment went really well. I'd spoken to her obviously the week before about the reduced movements, so she asked how that had been. I did say that he's had another quiet week movement wise, but I have again had not so much a busy week at work, but a fairly stressful week at work. So I think it's more perhaps I'm not feeling him when he is still actually moving because I'm busy stressing over other stuff. And this weekend, again, I suppose he's been quite quiet over the weekend as well, but I have felt, if I sit down, like even just probably 10-15 minutes quietly, I can feel something. It's not quite as strong as it was, so I think he's definitely just maybe turned around or moved towards the back, because as I said, if I sit there and concentrate, I can feel something. So she said to basically go on my instinct. I think he just kicked then, actually. Bless. Go on my instincts, because even like scans and the Dopplers that pick up the heartbeat and things, they can't tell everything. It's basically monitoring the movements, which is how baby can say if he's not happy. She said to count, or you should have at least 10 a day. Now, I didn't think that you were supposed to get keep track of the 10 a day at this stage. I thought it was sort of more 28 weeks-ish onwards. But she said that I should be getting 10 movements a day at the moment. If I don't, then I have to ring the hospital, the maternity wing at the hospital, and they would probably put a trace on baby, which can then monitor the movements. But as I said, I think everything is fine, and I've thought today, hang on, I don't get anywhere near 10 movements a day, but I've, for the first time today, I've sort of kept an unofficial track. I haven't like written anything down or anything, but just sort of in my head, and there have been 10 movements, so nothing to worry about. Otherwise everything's fine. She measured my bump for the first time at this time, which was so cool. Quite exciting now, because it's like there's something to measure, and it's, you know, pretty like, I don't know, it's just everything, another little milestone really, which is cool. So I was about 24 and a half weeks when I saw her, or it was 24 plus 5 to be exact, and my bump measured 24 and a half. So he's spot on growth wise at the moment. They will give you like a plus or minus 3 weeks on the size of the bump, and if it's outside of those which they deem normal, then they would probably send you for a growth scan just to check everything is going okay. But he's spot on at the moment, so that's great. And listen to his little heartbeat again, which was amazing. She had a good feel. I mean, when I have a press in my belly, I can't feel anything baby, if that makes sense. It's just squishy belly. But she had a feel. She obviously felt him in there, because she said she was pretty sure he was head down, and his little heartbeat at the time was dead center, right, quite low down, which was cute. She said she couldn't 100% say he was head down, because it's the next appointment. So in 4 weeks' time, she says it'll be big enough for her to actually feel body parts and stuff, which is cool, and she might be able to feel like a foot and things, which is cool. I wish I could, but I don't want to. Obviously, she knows what she's doing, and I don't, so I'm not going to go prodding around there, just in case. And what else? I asked about antenatal classes, so that they should be coming up quite soon, actually. Apparently you get a letter to invite you to them here. I think each county does it differently, but I'll get a letter inviting us to one of the courses, and they do, I guess they run it every so often, like, or maybe they have a few going each time, but it's couples that are at roughly the same stage, and also with their first, so you get to see like couples that are going through the same phase of pregnancy with you, which is cool. So I don't know like how many people there will be around here, but we shall see, I suppose, in a few weeks' time. There's one that starts sort of mid-February, and she says we might be invited to that one. Otherwise it'll be whenever the next one starts. And next time I see her, as I said, it'll be in 4 weeks' time, and that I've had to book a double appointment for that one, because it'll be the 28-week appointment, and they do other bits and bobs then. They take blood again to check for iron levels, to see if you're anemic or not, and I also will have the whooping cough vaccine then, and I have to have the anti-D vaccine, or not vaccine, anti-D injection then, because of my blood group, so that all happens at the next appointment. But yeah, so it was a brilliant appointment. It was snowing, like it had just started snowing. Luckily I had quite an early appointment. It was 9 o'clock, I think, in the morning. The snow started around 8:30, so it hadn't been too much coming on the roads at that point. I did say to her that I was glad it was early, before the roads got too bad. Yeah, but so I was really happy after that. It's great, you know, just, it was nice to see her again, because I haven't seen her for ages, and it's like another little milestone, which is cool. Other than that, this week, as I said, we've had a busy weekend with all the birthday celebrations. I've been pretty tired, but not too bad. Not looking forward to work tomorrow. I think it's because I'm tired from the weekend. It doesn't feel like I've really had a break. I did have work yesterday as well. But as I said, it's been a really exciting week, because I've had the midwife, we've had snow, so it's been a good week. Next week, just a normal week at work, unless it snows. And should have a few more bits arriving. I haven't really had any extra buys this week. Obviously I said I've got the bump belt thing for the car. I did get a couple of little bits of clothes. Seem to have a problem with with buying things online now, because like there's some really cute stuff and you can get some right bargains. So I think, you know, why not? I can't stop buying little bits for him. But I haven't had much arrive this week, so I'm not. There's not really much to show nursery wise. But if I get any more bits coming next week, I'll show you those. As most of the big bits are here now, like the pram and the car seat and everything. We will at some point in the near future be putting up all the other bits, like the shelves and bits and bobs in the nursery, so we'll have that to show you. But for now, I think that is it for this week. I shall speak to you next week. Please thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you then. Bye bye.